What if I told you that everything you know about human history is just the final chapter? That for 95% of our story, we weren't just primitive cavemen, but complex societies with technologies and beliefs that rivaled later civilizations? This is the story of the 10,000 years before recorded history, a lost world that's only now being rediscovered. Forget the image of brutes chasing mammoths. The people of this era were brilliant innovators. The first farmers were essentially bioengineers, meticulously selecting and crossbreeding wild grasses to create the wheat and corn that feed us today. And it wasn't just farmers who built things. The first massive stone monuments, megalithic structures that still baffle us, were erected by hunter-gatherer communities long before the pyramids were even a blueprint. These weren't isolated tribes. They were part of a connected world. Imagine a world with different coastlines. As the Ice Age ended and the seas rose, entire cities and settlements were swallowed by the waves, becoming underwater time capsules of a forgotten age. What we find on land is just as fascinating. Archaeologists talk about a Neolithic package, a revolutionary toolkit that spread across the globe. Suddenly, people started farming, building permanent villages, crafting pottery, and developing complex religious beliefs, all around the same time. And their spiritual world was intense. Some cultures practiced what we call skull cults, where they would carefully preserve the skulls of their ancestors, sometimes even plastering them to recreate their faces. This deep connection to the past and to their kin was a cornerstone of their society. They weren't isolated either. Extensive trade routes crisscrossed continents. Precious materials like obsidian, a volcanic glass used for tools, and exotic seashells had been found thousands of miles from their origin points, proving just how interconnected this ancient world was. They even knew how to party. Evidence suggests that our ancestors were brewing beer, possibly more than 12,000 years ago, long before they were baking bread. But this explosion of innovation wasn't a coincidence. It was driven by survival. The dramatic climate change at the end of the last ice age was an adapt or die moment. It forced us to get creative, to develop new strategies, and to build the foundations of the world we know today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time.